Let's get oriented. I'm Lázaro Ulloa, owner and founder of Ulloa Financial, and this is your week ahead market compass for Monday, March 16th, 2026. U.S. stocks closed lower again last week, marking a third straight weekly decline in rising energy prices and geopolitical risk kept pressure on sentiment. For the week, the S&P 500 fell 1.6%, the Dow Jones Industrial declined 2%, the Nasdaq Composite dropped 1.3, and the Russell 2000 lost 1.8%. Friday's close captured that pressure. The S&P finished at 6,632.19, the Dow closed at 46,558.47, and the Nasdaq ended at 22,105.36. The bigger shift last week was the market narrative. The weak February jobs backdrop is no longer new information by itself. The concern now is stagflation risk, where softer growth is colliding with higher energy prices and making it harder for the Fed to ease policy. Brent crude moved above $100 per barrel as conflict tied to Iran and disruption around the Strait of Hormuz intensified. Rates reflected that repricing. The 10-year Treasury yield finished near 4.28% as investors adjusted to a more difficult path for rate cuts if inflation pressure from energy persists. Here's what I'm watching this week. First, the Federal Open Market Committee meeting on March 17th and 18th. Markets will be focused less on the rate decision itself and more on the Fed's tone projections and whether policymakers acknowledge the stagflation risk building beneath the surface. Second, energy markets and geopolitics. As long as oil remains elevated, inflation expectations stay vulnerable and equity multiples may remain under pressure. Third, Treasury yields and rate expectations. If yields continue climbing, the market may have to absorb tighter financial conditions at the same time growth concerns are rising. Finally, market breadth and leadership. In this environment, I want to see whether weakness broadens or whether buyers begin to stabilize key sectors despite the macro headwinds. Stay disciplined. In a stagflation setup, bad economic news is not automatically good news for stocks. Price action still matters most. Stay oriented, my friends, and elevate your legacy.